Welcome to Retired Pennies World, the channel where we reveal the hidden stories and surprising values behind ordinary coins that most people overlook every single day. In today's video, we're going to explore one such coin that may be sitting quietly in your drawer, coin jar, or even your pocket change. The United States 5-cent coin from 2001 with the D mint mark. Yes, you heard that right. The 2001 Jefferson nickel, minted in Denver, might look like just another small piece of change, but if you've got the right one in top condition, it could be worth far more than you ever imagined. Some of these coins in mint state grades have been sold for well over $100, and in a few rare cases, even around $220. So let's dive deep into the details of this coin, its design, history, and market value in today's world. The 2001 5-cent coin features the portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the adverse, designed by Felix Schlag. Jefferson, the third president of the United States and author of the Declaration of Independence, has been honored on the nickel since 1938. His face is shown in a left-facing profile with the word Liberty written in his own handwriting style on the right side, followed by the date 2001 and the small letter D, which stands for the Denver Mint, where this coin was produced. The Denver Mint is one of the primary mints in the United States, responsible for producing millions of coins every year, but only a small fraction of those coins remain in pristine, uncirculated condition suitable for collectors. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll find a beautifully detailed image of Monticello, Jefferson's famous home located in Virginia. The building's architecture, with its dome and columns, is one of the most iconic symbols of early American design. Surrounding the Monticello design are the inscriptions E Pluribus Unum, Monticello, 5 cents, and United States of America. Even though this design is common among Jefferson nickels, the sharpness of these details is what truly separates valuable collector coins from ordinary ones. Coins that show crisp, clear details on Monticello, especially the full steps on its staircase, are considered far more valuable than those with worn or flat surfaces. Now let's talk about what makes the 2001 D 5-cent coin special in today's collector market. While millions of these coins were minted, only a small number remain in high-grade condition. The coin is made from a composition of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it a silvery shine and excellent durability. However, over time, most circulated coins lose their mint luster and develop scratches or dull surfaces. That's why collectors and investors specifically look for coins that have been well preserved, those with full mint luster, sharp edges, and no visible damage. If your 2001 D 5-cent coin fits that description, then its value could easily be much higher than its face value of 5 cents. In average circulated condition, the 2001 D nickel is typically worth between 5 and 10 cents. But when you step into the higher grades, that's where the value jumps dramatically. A coin graded MS65 by PCGS or NGC can be worth around $100, and those in exceptional MS66 or MS67 condition can sell for up to $220 or more. Some collectors have even paid premium prices for coins with unique toning, minting errors, or strong full-step strikes on the Monticello design. Rare mint errors such as off-center strikes, double die obverses, or die cracks can further increase the value, with some examples being auctioned for hundreds of dollars. These unique features make every coin potentially different, and that's the thrill of coin collecting. You never know when you'll find that special one. The condition of the coin, often referred to as its grade, plays a massive role in determining its value. Coins that have been stored properly in coin holders, albums, or airtight capsules tend to maintain their shine and detail much longer. On the other hand, coins that have been handled frequently or exposed to moisture and dirt lose their collector appeal. So if you find a 2001 D 5-cent coin in great shape, consider getting it graded by a professional service, such as the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Company, NGC. A certified grade not only increases the credibility of your coin's value, but can also attract higher offers from serious collectors or dealers. In recent years, coin collectors around the world have shown growing interest in modern U.S. coins, especially those in pristine condition. While older coins, like the Buffalo nickel or early Jefferson nickels, often steal the spotlight, modern coins from the 1990s and 2000s are now gaining attention too. This is because fewer people saved coins from this period in mint condition, making high-quality examples much scarcer today. A 2001 D. Jefferson nickel that has remained untouched since it left the mint could easily be a hidden treasure worth more than $100, a perfect example of how patience and preservation pay off in coin collecting. So before you spin that nickel or toss it into a jar, take a moment to check it carefully. Look for the D mint mark, examine the shine, the details on Monticello, and any signs of unusual minting. You might be holding a small but valuable piece of American history that could surprise you with its worth. Remember, in the world of coins, even a small difference in condition can mean the difference between 5 cents and $200.
Next up, we're going to talk about the United States 5-cent coin from 1984 with the D mint mark. At first glance, this Jefferson nickel looks like just another ordinary piece of change. But if you take a closer look, you might find that this small coin could be worth far more than 5 cents, especially if it's been kept in excellent condition. Many collectors around the world are paying surprising prices for well-preserved examples of this coin, and some have even sold for as much as $250, depending on their quality and rarity. The 1984 5-cent coin was minted at the Denver Mint, which is why you'll find a small letter D just next to the portrait of Thomas Jefferson. This classic design, created by artist Felix Schlag, has been used on Jefferson nickels since 1938. On the front of the coin, you'll see Jefferson's side profile with the words, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date, 1984. The reverse side proudly displays Jefferson's home, Monticello, along with the inscriptions E Pluribus Unum, Monticello, 5 cents, and United States of America. Even though this design might look simple, the value of each coin depends on the sharpness of these details and the overall condition of the surface. Most people don't realize that the material of this coin, a mix of 75% copper and 25% nickel, helps it keep its shine for decades. However, most 1984 nickels have been heavily circulated, leaving scratches, dull tones, and signs of wear. That's why collectors go after the coins that have been preserved in mint condition, the ones that still have their original shine and strong, visible details. These high-quality coins can easily sell for far more than face value. While the average circulated 1984 D nickel might only be worth a few cents, coins in uncirculated or mint state condition can be valued anywhere between $130 and $250 in today's market. One of the most important things collectors look for is the sharpness of the Monticello building on the reverse side of the coin. If you can clearly see all the steps leading up to Monticello, something known as full steps, that's a sign of a high-quality strike. And coins like that can fetch top prices. Some even go beyond $250 depending on the grade. Coins that are graded professionally by services like PCGS or NGC and reach MS65, MS66, or even MS67 levels are often bought by serious collectors for their beauty and rarity. These are the nickels that truly stand out from the millions that were minted in 1984. What makes the 1984 D nickel even more exciting is that a few error coins were produced that year. Mistakes during the minting process, like double dies, die cracks, and off-center strikes, can make certain coins worth much more than normal. These minting errors are rare and can raise the value of a coin into the hundreds of dollars, depending on how noticeable the error is. So it's always worth checking your coins closely. Sometimes even a small difference can mean a big reward. Collectors are also starting to pay more attention to coins from the 1980s, as fewer people save them in pristine condition compared to older coins from the mid-1900s. Over 40 years later, the 1984 D. Jefferson nickel has become harder to find in perfect condition. With the growing interest in modern coins, those who hold on to mint-state nickels like this could be sitting on a small but meaningful treasure. So before you spend that old nickel or toss it into a jar, take a close look at it. If your 1984 5-cent coin with the D mint mark has a bright luster, sharp features, and clean edges, it might be worth far more than you expect. Depending on the grade, rarity, and visual appeal, you could be looking at a value of anywhere between $130 and $250. That's a big jump from just 5 cents, and proof that even newer coins can surprise you with their worth.
Next up, we're going to talk about the USA 5-cent coin from 2001 with the P mint mark, a Jefferson nickel that might look common at first glance, but in reality can be worth far more than its face value if it's in excellent condition. Many collectors overlook coins from the early 2000s, but some of these nickels, especially the ones in mint state with sharp details, are now selling for surprising prices in today's collector market. The 2001 5-cent coin with the P mint mark was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, one of the most important mints in the United States. On the obverse side of the coin, you'll see a detailed portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, designed by Felix Schlag. The word liberty appears in Jefferson's own handwriting, alongside the year 2001 and the mint mark P. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll find Jefferson's famous home, Monticello, standing proudly with the words E pluribus unum, Monticello, 5 cents, and United States of America. The coin is made from a mixture of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it that familiar silver-gray color and strong durability that has helped many of these coins survive decades of circulation. Now let's talk about what makes the 2001 P nickel valuable. Even though millions of these coins were minted, only a small number remain in pristine, uncirculated condition. Most of the nickels you see in circulation are worn, scratched, and dull from years of handling. But when you find a 2001 P 5-cent coin that still shines brightly with sharp edges, clear lettering, and a strong strike showing the full steps on the Monticello building, that's when the value starts to rise. In the current collector market, a 2001 P nickel in average circulated condition is worth its face value. But in mint state condition, it can range anywhere from $120 to around $240 depending on the grade and overall appearance. Professional grading services like PCGS or NGC use a system to rate coins from 1 to 70. A coin graded MS65 or MS66 from the 2001 P series can bring in over $100, while a flawless MS67 coin with full steps can go for much more, sometimes near the $240 mark. The better the condition, the higher the value. Some collectors even pay a premium for coins that show beautiful natural toning or a strong luster that makes the coin stand out. So if you happen to come across a 2001 P nickel that looks like it was just minted yesterday, you could be looking at a hidden treasure worth a lot more than you think. Errors are another key factor that can increase the value of the 2001 P 5-cent coin. During the minting process, a few mistakes occasionally occur. Double die errors, off-center strikes, or die cracks can make a coin unique and highly collectible. These error coins are extremely rare, but when found, they can sell for hundreds of dollars depending on how visible and dramatic the error is. So if you notice something odd or unusual about your 2001 P nickel, it might be worth examining it by a professional coin expert or grader. It's also worth noting that modern nickels, like the 2001 P, are gaining more attention from collectors today. For years, coins from the 1940s, 1950s, and 1960s were the main focus of collectors. But as time passes, newer coins in perfect condition are becoming increasingly rare and valuable. Many collectors are now seeking to complete full Jefferson nickel sets that include coins from every year in mint mark, which makes coins like the 2001 P in high grades even more desirable. If your coin has been well preserved or stored in a protective holder since it was minted, there's a good chance it could attract serious attention in the collector market. Even though it's over 20 years old, the 2001 P-nickel still carries a lot of historical charm and collectible potential. Coins that have not been touched by human hands or have been kept safe from scratches and dirt tend to shine with the same brilliance they had when first minted. Finding such a coin today is not easy, which is why collectors are willing to pay premium prices for them. Depending on its condition, your 2001 P 5-cent coin could be worth anywhere between $120 and $240, and even more if it shows perfect details or rare minting features. Next up, we're exploring a classic from American coinage history, the United States 5-cent coin from 1979 with the D mint mark. You may have handled this coin many times without realizing that it could be worth much more than its face value, especially if it's in excellent, well-preserved condition. Some collectors are paying hundreds of dollars for rare, high-quality examples of this coin, and today we'll explain exactly why. The 1979 5-cent coin, better known as the Jefferson nickel, was produced at the Denver Mint, which is why you'll see a small letter D located on the obverse side of the coin just next to the date. The obverse design features a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, one of the founding fathers and the third president of the United States. The words "In God We Trust" appear on the left, "Liberty" and "1979" are on the right, and the D mint mark sits proudly beside them. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll find Jefferson's beautiful home, Monticello, with the inscriptions E Pluribus Unum, Monticello, 5 cents, and United States of America. This elegant design, created by Felix Schlag, has been used on Jefferson nickels since 1938, making it one of the most recognizable designs in U.S. coin history. This coin is made from a durable copper-nickel composition of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it a silver-gray tone that resists wear over time. However, despite the tough material, most of the 1979 D nickels found in circulation today have lost their shine, developed scratches, or suffered from heavy use. That's why collectors highly value coins that have remained in mint state condition. Coins that still carry their original luster, have clean surfaces and sharp edges. If your 1979 5-cent coin with the D mint mark looks nearly brand new, you could be holding something worth much more than just 5 cents. Now let's talk about the market value of this coin in today's world. The typical circulated 1979 D nickel is only worth its face value, but once you move up into uncirculated or mint state grades, that's when things get exciting. A 1979 D Jefferson nickel in near-perfect mint condition, with strong luster and well-defined details, can be worth anywhere from $110 to $230, depending on its grade and quality. Coins that have been professionally graded and certified by PCGS or NGC with grades like MS65, MS66, or higher can reach those top prices, and even more in some rare cases. Coins that show full steps on Monticello, meaning every step is sharply visible, are especially valuable and often bring premium prices at auctions. Error coins from 1979 also add a thrilling twist to collecting. During the minting process, a few coins were struck with mistakes such as double die errors, die cracks, or off-center strikes. These minting errors are extremely rare, but can turn a simple nickel into a collector's dream. Depending on the error and its visibility, these coins can sell for hundreds of dollars or more. That's why coin enthusiasts always take a second look at their nickels, because one small imperfection could make a big difference in value. Another factor to consider is how well your coin has been preserved over time. Coins kept in protective holders, albums, or mint sets tend to retain their brilliance and value, while those left exposed to air and handling lose their collector appeal. If your 1979 D nickel still has that beautiful mint shine, it's definitely worth checking its grade and condition carefully. Even subtle differences in the sharpness of Jefferson's portrait or the clarity of Monticello can make a huge impact on the final value. As the years pass, collectors are showing more interest in Jefferson nickels from the 1970s. While coins from earlier decades often get the spotlight, the 1979 D series has become a sought-after collectible because of its vintage charm and the difficulty of finding perfectly preserved examples. The 1979 D nickel may not be extremely rare, but the finest quality versions are now becoming harder to locate, making them increasingly desirable for those completing Jefferson nickel sets. So before you spend that old nickel or let it sit forgotten in a jar, take a closer look. If your 1979 5-cent coin with the D mint mark is in excellent condition, with sharp details, a bright surface, and full steps on Monticello, it could easily be worth between $110 and $230. Some of the best examples have even been sold for more, depending on collector demand and grading results. It's another perfect reminder that small coins can sometimes carry big surprises.